Do not know what that is. I'll just go with it. It's fine. That's what it's looking for. I am so not tech savvy. Ooh. That's right. Increase. Hey twin, can you hear me okay? Let me know how I sound, please. Awesome. How was work today? Yeah, I'm glad it's the weekend too. I feel like it's been such a long week, but I'm always saying that. I'm tired, but I'm always tired. I've got a migraine as well, so that's not helping. I should have put on my glasses, but hopefully it should be fine. I I have no idea how you can do it either. You don't have to stick around if you don't if it's too much. It's going to be a weird setup, but you could probably do it with your Lowry. But it might be weird. It might be a bit of a weird angle, something. Oh, fair enough. I did a bit of stitching before I went live. Oh, I filmed my floss tube video, so that's done. So I'm gonna edit that tomorrow and get it up because I'm like a week late, but that's fine. I need to get back into my Gecko Rouge kit with the Crystal Witch, but the artist of Crystal Witch, she recently released some art. I think it's like a Dracula art piece, and it's so nice. And then everyone was messaging Gecko Rouge about it, and they were like, "Okay, we heard you. We've made the kit for it now." So I'm like, "Oh, I need to save my money so I can buy that kit, but I can't buy that kit because I haven't finished any. I need to work on other stuff before I buy more." Oh, the jumper. It's coming on good. I'm on the last sleeve. Um, I tried it on earlier because I couldn't remember how it fit. Um, yeah, I still need to finish sewing in these ends here, and I've left this one because so I know it's the back. So that's done. It still fits well, and got the sleeve done. So I'm just trying to finish this last sleeve now because I want to just put it together and see it as like a final look. And now that I bought jeans, I can kind of like pair the look up and see how it looks like in an outfit. So if I can finish it this weekend, I'll be very happy. But I pulled all this out, so yeah, got a bit to go. It doesn't even seem like there's a lot to do, but it really feels like it, especially after pulling it all out. but I'm so close to finishing it. Oh, where was this? I still need to put your jumper together. I actually forgot about the rugby. Actually, no, I didn't, because I got an email from Guinness about the, what is it, like the thingy teams? What's it called? Where you like put the team together or whatever it is. What's the word for it? I know what I'm trying to say. Got the email. Where was it? Guinness. I swear I got an email from today, or did I delete it? Yeah, the fantasy thing. That's that. And I kind of just ignored it because I'm like, I'm not doing the fantasy thing. I don't know enough about players or anything, so I kind of just left it. But who's playing this weekend? If England, and is it Six Nations? What is it specifically? Is it Six Nations or World Cup or what? Because I'm not cheap. I can't remember. Six Nations, France and Italy. When's, when's England playing? I'll be more likely to watch if England's playing, I think. Are they playing this weekend or no? Playing Saturday, just checking who against. Okay. I'll probably watch them if I remember. Have to look at the times though, because I've got a thing at 7. I've got a crochet chat at 7, so I don't want to miss that. And is it going to be early games like it was last time? Because they were like morning games, weren't they? Like 10, 11 o'clock. Excuse me, last year or something ridiculous. And I assume it's going to be on ITV or BBC. Probably like probably BBC, I'm guessing. I don't have any of the apps downloaded on my Xbox, so I might see if I can get them up on PC. England versus Scotland. Okay, that's not too bad. 4:45. It might run over into the call, but that's fine. I can watch it on my PC. I'll get it up on my computer. Let me make a note because I will forget to put it up. If I don't put it up on my wall, I remember. So what I know, ITV 16:45. So 16:45 really means 5:30, doesn't it? Actually, maybe not, since game will be before them. Cool. I'll try and make sure to remember to check it out because I haven't watched rugby in forever, and I do miss it. I do miss it. Playing it, that is. I'm sure you will remind. Because you know me and my memory ain't much. And I was actually earlier today or around this morning when I was working, like how much I miss being active and being fit. And I really want to get into boxing. Like that's something I really want to do because of how physical it is, and that's why I love rugby, because of the physical side of it, just tackling and scrums and all that good stuff, regardless of the injuries. Yeah, and climbing. Haven't climbed in forever. I miss climbing as well, but ever since that accident, like, just scared. I'm just scared. I don't think I could ever really boulder much again, but roped climbing I could probably get back into, but bouldering is a big no from me. I'm just scared of like pulling a muscle again and fainting. It really put me off climbing. But we were dope at it. We're gonna do the CWA and everything. Which one's top roping? Is that from top to bottom, right? Is that like abseiling? Top roping. Oh no. Top roping is roped climbing. I'm being dumb. Can tell how long it's been and I can't even remember the terminology. And it's awful because I literally live down the road from Marlin's climbing wall. So I could get back into it if I really wanted to, but I feel like I'd have to start all over. I mean, I could probably still tie a figure of eight perfectly, just fine. Yes, I did see that we had an extra viewer, but I couldn't see them in chat. If you're watching and you're just lurking, hi, hope you're well. I allow lurkers in my chat. You don't have to talk, but I hope you enjoy watching some crochet and just hanging out and having a nice Friday evening. I've got my crochet. I have cider. I don't have any food though. I don't have any food. My snacks are somewhere, but I'm not very hungry right now. But I'll have a cider. Kind of thirsty. No, you're not distracting me at all because I can crochet and talk at the same time, but I don't think you could cross stitch and talk at the same time. I'm probably distracting you. Yep, you're welcome to just linger in the background. That's fine. Take it easy. I think everyone's having had a long week. You can relax and just enjoy. I'm doing good. I'm just tired from work also. So just wanna have a chilled evening and crochet and try and finish this project. You haven't even moved to go get it. I call that laziness. It's gonna take you a bit of time to kind of like get set up there with your stitching and try and get it in a position where it works, and then you can talk at the same time if you wanted to. Yeah, go grab it. That's fine. I'm not going anywhere for a while. Oh, my back. I will need to remember to do my stretches before bed. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah, that's why I'm working on my jumper today, because I've got my meadow cow behind me, and it's not labor intensive at all. But most projects that I do, I always pick projects that take forever, or are just a bit long-winded, or just uses your brain too much. And that's what I love about granny squares and granny stripes, that they're so easy to do that you don't really have to pay attention. Um, and I guess that's why I want to finish this project, because it's simple. You don't really have to think about it. Your hands can just go. And I think that's also why this year I'm really trying not to work on too many things at the same time. So, like in my philosophy video that I filmed earlier today, which I will edit tomorrow and try and get out tomorrow evening, I'm only working on 2 projects, and one of them is on a large count, so the holes are bigger, which is so much easier than my other project, which is on a smaller count, so the holes are smaller and um, uses up more brain space, I find. So I'm just really trying to keep my projects narrowed down to a minimum, so I'm not overdoing it with my brain, because my brain's tired. I really need to do more projects that aren't so, like you say, labor intensive. But if you're feeling it, grab your whip. If it's something mindless and easy to do, and work alongside me here. But only if you want to. You don't have to. You can just sit there, relax, enjoy a beverage, maybe a snack. And be happy that it's Friday. I've been looking forward to this weekend because it's just felt like a long week. And on top of that, I've got Monday and Tuesday off, so I was even more happy to look forward to the weekend. I've got Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm hoping to get some stuff done this weekend. I say that every weekend, but now I've taken the time off, I know I've got things to do. So I'm going to try and do them. Oh, Revival is such a great project. I highly recommend it. Obviously, I am biased. I am very biased. But yeah, I think it's great for beginners to try and get into. Yeah, I just saw your notification, Sade. If you could do a granny square, you're good to get started. There's definitely parts of the pattern that is, if you don't have a lot of crochet experience, it might be difficult to get your head around, but it's doable. I would definitely say it's doable. The community has been great. I've seen so many people who have been working in the patterns and have reached out for help, especially if you need help, you can message Heather and she'll give you a hand. But I definitely think if you ever have troubles with that pattern, you can reach out to anyone who's done it or any of the tribe and get help with it. But it's such a great pattern for a beginner, for sure. And garments aren't easy to make either. Garments are intimidating. Like this is what I hate about making garments myself. Sleeves. Hate sleeves. Ooh, cheeky Justy. I was thinking about ordering Justy after I finished streaming. I'm not going to lie. I like to order takeout on a Friday, but Friday seems to be every day. Every day is a Friday, and I always end up ordering takeout because I'm just too tired to cook. Yeah, my sister teaches too, so yeah, you guys have got that half term coming up, that week off. Lucky. But yeah, I get it. You just want to get to that half term and get that break. I understand that. Yeah, because granny squares are just squares. Squares are easy to do. And joining them, once you've got your head around joining them, it's a piece of cake. I think the only thing you'll probably struggle with is the sleeves, and the counting. That's the only bit I think most people would have struggled on. But other than that, piece of cake, I think. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes, I guess. And I think with garments, because they are, I find them more difficult than say like blankets or stuff like that. You get such joy after being able to say, I made this garment, and you get so much pride out of it, to say that you've made something that you can wear. That's what I love about making garments. And that's why I wanted to try designing one that isn't too difficult. And especially when it comes to sleeves, that's why I'm glad I did it in the granny stripe, because it's just easy back and forth rows. And I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, but still make it my own. So I'm hoping once I learn how to like write patterns up and stuff like that, this will be a pattern that anyone can do. That's what I'm really hoping for. I'll have to make a second version of this when I write up the pattern. I know that for sure. I think that's what I like about blankets as well, as big as they are, and as long as they take. Once you know the repeating pattern of a blanket, you can just get on with it. Like with the meadow cow, easy stitch, so easy to do. It's mindless. And I think that's why I've made so many blankets in my years of crocheting, is because how easy they are to do, even though they take a long time to get on with. Well, would you look at that small world, eh? We've got an NQT and an NQT mentor. How cool is that? And I always forget what NQT means, but I know it's something teacher, right? Oh wait, newly qualified teacher. That's NQT, isn't it? Please tell me I remembered something. Sometimes when you talk about school stuff, it goes over my head. Evening to anyone else who has joined the call. Hope you're doing well this evening. It's Friday. The day everyone looks forward to. Yeah, I bet that online learning is good and a pain in the butt at the same time. Like students just being trouble and trying to have to deal with that on an online platform instead of in person. But I guess that might be more challenging. Can I have the blanket once it's done? you want this one? You want this? I mean, I don't know if I want to give it away. I'll think about it. How about that? I'll think about it. I don't see why you can't have it, really. It's just going to end up on my shelf. And yes, I know you're waiting on that jumper. It's here. I just have to seam it and send it. But I don't know how to send stuff by post. Never done it before. Why can't you? Why can't the lockdown be over? You can come collect it. Don't worry, I'll get it to you. I will get it to you. It's on my to-do list. Trust me. It's like one of the next things that I'm gonna make sure I do. Either mindless crochet project on the go. I'm doing a dinosaur amigurumi now. That's what it's called. I used to do a bit of amigurumi. I used to make owls because I'm a night owl. So I like owls, and I used to make I think I made like 3 owls or 4 owls because I thought they were really cool. But I haven't really made a lot of amigurumi. I'd like to, but I don't know what I'd do with them. I bet that dinosaur's gonna look so cool. Yeah, I guess it's like that with a lot of jobs these days, and the way things have changed is that no one really has time to do the things that they want to do. I mean, some nights after I finish work, because I work from home, and I finish at around 5:30, and I always make sure to finish on time, and not let the work eat up. But sometimes after I finish work, I lie on my bed and I fall asleep, and then I wake up and it's like 8:30 in the evening. I'm like, there goes my evening. Um, I need to eat, but I don't want to cook now. It's late. Take how it is. Um, so yeah, it's hard to. I guess it's more like not having that energy to do the things that you want to do. Um, and that's probably why this blanket has not got the love and care that it needs. Because I am part five comes out tomorrow, and I am only on the third part, so I'm over a week and a half behind now. Um, so I've got lots of catching up to do, but I think where the pattern is easy, um, I'll catch up at my own speed. There's no rush. Um, there's no time limit to do it, which is great. Which is why I love joining Lucy's Cows, because you don't have to work at anyone else's pace but your own. It literally is like, as soon as you're done with the day, putting your head near a pillow is the most riskiest thing that you can do, because you won't get up. And then when you do, you'll just have instant regret. That is my life. And that's why I have my sleeping patterns messed up. I'm not going to bed till like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I fall asleep after work, wake up about 8, 9 o'clock, order takeout at about 10, 11 o'clock, and then just watch YouTube videos or play on my Xbox or crochet or cross stitch or whatever it is I feel like I'm doing until about 4, 5 o'clock in this morning. It's awful, but that's life right now. It's kind of sad. I think I went to bed about 4 o'clock last night, because me and my sister Sade, we were playing Stardew Valley yesterday evening, and her and her partner, they go to bed at 10 o'clock in the evening, which is fine. And I had no reason to go to bed. I was awake, and then I was feeling a bit like my back was hurting, so I got into my bed and I fell asleep. And I hadn't eaten or anything yet, but I fell asleep. And I got up, I had something to eat, and then I ended up lying in my bed. No, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. But I ended up in my bed watching YouTube videos. And do you know when you just start searching for the most random of stuff on YouTube? I was watching like old clips of WWE on my phone for no apparent reason. And like all the old like intros and like, oh, this person returned to the WWE, shock, and just really random videos of WWE. I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, I got exactly. I'm stuck in the rabbit hole. It was awful. And now my YouTube feed is full of WWE. I'm like, I'm not even interested. I'm not interested in the current WWE at all. But hey, I'm gonna watch videos about people's returning, like old stars returning to WWE. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Yes, we are sisters. We're twin sisters. We're not identical. We're not identical. I always make sure to say that every time someone's like, "Oh, are you twins?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're not identical," because that's like the first question people will ask. Um, but yeah, oh, does he really? That is so cool. Yeah, so I always forget the name of the eras because there's always like, I know there's like an aggressive era, or I don't know, but the era that me and my sister grew up, we had Lita, Kane, Undertaker, Triple H, Ivory, Trish Stratus, Holly Molly, oh, The Rock, um, Kurt Angle, all the Attitude Era. That's the one. Yes, we grew up in that era. So, and we used to play like there was like a you had the WWE games on like the PlayStation and stuff. So like we would always play that game, and that's the era we grew up in. Like the Hardy Boys. Oh my gosh, I watched an intro of the Hardy Boys coming back in 2015, and I was like, this is so nostalgic. It's 2015, but it's the Hardy Boys. And then there was the what are the other boys called? The other two. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Yeah, SmackDown. WWE SmackDown. Just Bring It. That was the game to win. Oh, The Rock. I love The Rock. I've always loved The Rock. He's my favorite. He is my favorite. But Triple H is also a good one. Edge. Edge was dreamy. He still is so dreamy. Edge. Um, Chris Benoit. Oh, I'm trying to name all the ones that I can remember. Chris Benoit, obviously he passed away, and same as Eddie Guerrero. I believe that Rey Mysterio is his son. I think that's correct. Who else? Who was Edge's tag team with? Was there Christian as well? The Big Show, yes. How could I forget the Big Show? This is a big show. Rafiki, he was one. Oh, the Attitude Era had some of the best wrestlers, but I guess a lot of people would argue with me who have, I guess, older, and like I don't really know a lot of the older wrestlers. I know like Hulk Hogan's time. Yeah, Christian was it? That's Christian. Yeah, but and then we dropped off wrestling for years because we couldn't watch it on TV anymore. And then they had all these new people with like John Cena and Randy Orton and CM Punk, and I was like, what is this? And then the whole era changed with the women, and they're divas now, and I was like, divas? This ain't proper women's wrestling. What is this? There weren't no divas in my time. This is not right. This isn't wrestling. Yeah, I was very disappointed in how women's wrestling has changed when those guys came out. But from the clips I've seen recently, it's kind of gone back to what it should have been um, when it comes to wrestling, in my opinion. Um, like with Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey's in it now. It seems to have women's wrestling seems to, from my point of view, it looks a lot better than what it was when it was really diva-ish, and yeah, divas were not good. Yeah, I really think they've gotten a lot better now that they're not divas, because it kind of really, I feel like it just made a bit of a joke of women's wrestling. It just became like a cat fight, and I didn't like that at all. So that really put me off even just taking some interest in women's wrestling. But it seems to it's got its grip back now. From what the clips I saw of like Becky Lynch, like she's like the man, and I was like, pretty cool. And she like teamed up with like The Rock or something. And I know like Ronda Rousey's done WrestleMania. I actually follow Ronda on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. She's a gamer as well, and I think that's pretty rad. No, I have not. I didn't even know there was a film about it. Do you know the name of the film? I'll look it up and see if I can get it on UK Netflix. And I didn't realize Becky Lynch is Irish, isn't she? Because I realized she had an accent, but I was like, that's not American. I think she's Irish, unless I'm confusing her with someone else. But yeah, women's wrestling seems to be going in a place that seems a lot better. So I might actually stay in the rabbit hole and watch some random clips of WWE on YouTube when I feel like it and I can't sleep. Oh wait, hold on. Is that same film with The Rock that he appeared in with some like girl and her family? She wanted to be a wrestler or something. I feel like there was a wrestling film and The Rock was in it. Is that the same one I'm thinking of? I'm not sure. I think it is actually. Yes, 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 that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's on UK Netflix. Oh, really? Nick Frost co-produced it. That's pretty cool. So now I'm gonna have to watch it. And I'm gonna have to tell you how it was. And I'll have to write it down because I don't remember. Oh, what have I done to myself? I don't have time for all these rabbit holes. Stop doing this to me, people. Steve Merchant, really? I find that hard to believe. Steve Merchant. Oh, actually, I could believe it. I could believe it. But that is a surprise. Never would have guessed that those two people would produce a movie like that. Ah, interesting. Well, Paige must be British then, right? Did he talk about it on Graham Norton? I wonder if there's a clip on the Graham Norton show, like Graham Norton clips. Because that's the only way I'm digesting. It's the only way I'm digesting my Graham Norton right now. I'm definitely gonna have to go back through my Graham Norton clips now on YouTube and see. Oh my gosh, it's the only way I watch TV as well. Just YouTube clips. YouTube clips, that's all it is. But if you ever want something good and wholesome to watch, Graham Norton is the way. Graham Norton is my favorite talk show host ever. Um, when I did used to watch TV, I would always make sure to catch it or watch the replay or but now because it's all changed, I just watch the clips on it. So I might have to just get BBC, iPlayer, whatever, and try and watch back the episodes. Because I do miss it. I miss that show, and it's so good. Hello to anyone else who has joined so far. Hope our conversation about wrestling is not too boring. I know my aunt is watching. Hello, Auntie Eve, if you're still there. But yeah, I really don't have time for even if I had TV, really don't have time for it, if I'm honest. I've only just started getting back into Netflix. I've watched 2 films on Netflix so far, and that's what I've managed. Which is, oh, I have to look at my sheet because I wrote it down. Outside the Wire, featuring Anthony Mackie and something Idris. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Idris. And that film was really good. I rated it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed that film. It's about an hour and a half long, so not too long, not too short, easily digestible, which I love. And then I watched The Old Guard with Charlize Theron. And I would give that an 8 out of 10. That was a really good film as well. Yeah, I'm really trying to get back into my films. Yeah, it's a really good film. I would recommend both of those. I am an Anthony Mackie fan because of, we're gonna go down another rabbit hole now. Any Marvel fans in the chat? If you know, you know. That's a rabbit hole I've been down for a few years now, is watching and rewatching and then rewatching again Marvel interviews from Infinity War, Civil War, Endgame, the individual movies. That's a rabbit hole of just watching funny clips and interviews from different casts of the Avenger films. That, if you want another rabbit hole to go down, I recommend it. I love the MCU, and I was never really into. I've never really been into superheroes and superhero films. Like, don't hate me, but like the old Spider-Man films, like Tobey Maguire, and who was the one after him? The one that had Emma Stone in. I'm not a big Spider-Man film at all. Didn't like the films. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't like the old Spider-Man films. Still don't. Like this new Spider-Man film though. I really liked it with Tom Holland, but Avengers is a rabbit hole. No, it's not Idris Elba. But his surname is Idris, but I don't know what his first name is. I wish it was Idris Elba. Tom Holland, yeah, Tom Holland was in the new Marvel, and then and yes, Andrew Garfield. Thank you, Jennifer. Hello, thank you for joining. Andrew Garfield was the one after. I forgot his name now. The first guy, the very first Spider-Man. But Andrew, yeah, I didn't. I'm really not a Spider-Man film, but the one with Tom Holland, the Homecoming film, and then the second one, really good. I actually kind of got an appreciation for Spider-Man. But I'll ask. My memory is a lot worse. Trust me, my memory is a lot worse. But tell me in the chat, what's your favorite Avenger films if you have one, if you like them. And I'll tell you mine. You've got a big choice of casts and films to choose from. There's at least 18 or 19 Avenger films. So you got quite a few to pick from. Guardians, yeah, Guardians is pretty good. Do you have a favorite character from Guardians, the Galaxy? Mine has to be Rocket Raccoon. I think he's hilarious. Thor Ragnarok was a brilliant film, and I say that with so much disdain because I am not a Thor fan. I really don't like Thor. I just don't like Thor as a character. His ego is too big for me, and he just frustrates me with his ego, and I'm the strongest Avenger. Like, I can't stand it. But Thor Ragnarok was such a good film, and it pains me to say that. It pains me to say that. Yeah, and I think it's because like Taika Waititi he produced it, or he produced it? And he was the voice of Korg in it, and it's hilarious. The film's hilarious. It's a great film. My name is Korg. I'm made from rocks. It's so good. It is the best Thor film for sure. The first film didn't like it at all. Um, the second film really good. The third film was better. Was there a third? I feel like so. The first film was him. Obviously, he met what's her name. He lost the power from using the hammer, and he had to become worthy again. And then there was Thor Ragnarok, where he was captured, and then the Hulk and all that stuff. And then the third film was his sister, right? Was that the second one as well? Uh-oh. And you said your memory's bad. Mine is not not as good. No, that must have been the second one as well. Now I'm not sure. I'm not even going to pretend I know. My favorite film is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. For one reason alone, and that is Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan is pure hotness. I think he's amazing. Even if he didn't have that many lines in the films that he's been in, he doesn't need to. He tells the story with his eyes and that mask. That's all he needs. You know, that is my favorite film, and I think it's because of that one particular scene on the highway where Steve Rogers and Bucky are fighting. Bucky's my favorite character. He's such an anti-hero. He's gone through so much, and that fight scene with the Winter Soldier and Captain America on that highway was probably one of my most favorite scenes of all time. That hand-to-hand combat is amazing. It's amazing, and it's such a grittier film that you wouldn't really expect to see in something that's Disney. And I think they did such a great job on the film. It's number one for me for sure. Sebastian's amazing, and no one can tell me otherwise. And of course, I've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier going to be coming out on Disney Plus, and I'm excited for it. That's the only reason why I'm getting Disney Plus. And I'm waiting for their show to come out on Disney Plus before I start watching WandaVision, because I really want to see that as well. But I'm holding out for now. Comes out in March, so not too long now. I'm very excited. Oh, I'm getting there. So I could talk about how much I love Sebastian Stan all day, every day, but that's not very becoming of me. Not very becoming of me. But I think I'm not really a person who watches films over and over again. Like, once I've watched a film once, I very rarely watch it twice. I don't like to repeat myself very much, because like I'd have seen it before. I would have no reason to see it again. But I think that's one film I could watch over and over again, because it's just so full of action and I love the characters. Same with books. I couldn't read the same book more than once. Once I've read it, I'm not very likely to ever go back to it. However, there is one book that I have read 3 times now, and that is, wow, The Fort Has Gone. The Hound of the Baskervilles by, what's the author's name? Arthur Conan Doyle, who writes the Sherlock Holmes novels. It is Arthur Conan Doyle, right? I hope I'm right. The author of the Sherlock Holmes books. But The Hound of the Baskervilles is one book that I could read over and over and over again. I love that book, and I think it's because it's the first book that I read in school at a higher tier. Because there was when I was in primary school, so I was probably, I think I was 11. At the time, 10 or 11, and I was having like extra reading classes. I was having extra reading classes because I was good at reading, but it was kind of just to extend my reach in reading and learning new words and stuff like that. So I picked out Hound of the Baskervilles, and I'd never read it before, and of course it's in Old English, so not all the words I would have known what they meant. So we'd have a dictionary, and every time we came across a word that I didn't understand, we'd look it up and look up the meaning. And I loved that book. And I've read it quite a few times now, and it's a book that I'd happily go back to and reread. Um, and I guess you have to find something that you love enough to go back and rewatch. That's the best part. Rereading and watching shows so you can find all the details you missed the first time. That is a very good point. That is a very good point. But yeah, I just find it difficult to watch the same thing over and over again. I guess that's just me. I'm always looking for new things to watch all the time. I really want to get back on that Netflix grind and that rabbit hole. Like, there's so many shows that people are talking about right now. Like, the number one thing that I keep seeing everywhere is Bridgerton. And I know the reason that everyone's watching Bridgerton. I haven't watched it yet, but I know why people are watching that show. Um, so like that show's on my radar things to watch now because it's so good, and I know the reason why people are watching it. Um, and I'm intrigued. And I've got so many shows that I need to finish watching. I started watching Once Upon a Time years ago, and I haven't even finished it yet. It's so good. I saw something on either Facebook or Instagram. I think it was on Facebook. I think it was like a meme. I'm really not into memes and like stuff like that, but like I think people had like the episodes like listed, and it was like timestamps of where you should leave the room if you're watching it with your parents. And there was quite a few timestamps. Like I think the first episode there was a timestamp 2 minutes in. Like what? Okay. I thought that was hilarious. Um, so it's a good thing that I live in a flat share and don't have to worry about that. But I might have to watch it with headphones on just in case someone thinks something's going on though. But I haven't watched it yet. It's so approved my back foot. You're not approved. But yeah, it's on my radar to watch for sure, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming all the episodes are out, right, for the first season. So, like, how long are the episodes? Are they like 30 minutes, 30-minute long episodes, or like an hour long episodes, or because I assume that's like a nice evening binge. Because it was, oh, do you really? Really close to an hour. Okay, that's like that's a weekend binge. I think I might do that this weekend, and then come back to you and tell you my thoughts. Good thing I've got some time off on Monday and Tuesday. Gives me some time to catch up on what I've been missing, eh? And off your point, Sade, like I don't mind watching scenes like that. Now, like I used to feel really cringy about stuff like that. Obviously, like when you're younger, but as an adult, the things I really find difficult to watch is stuff like like in TV shows and dramas where it's like they're about to find out that this person cheated, like in the EastEnders where like with like what's his name, Max and Stacy, and the video of them like kissing on like her wedding day, and they saw it on videotape and was like stuff like that where like everyone finds out that this person did a bad thing, and you're like, oh no, I don't want them to see it. Oh, like that stuff. I can't stand it. I can't stand watching people get caught out. It's really weird, but it's just like so. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me more uncomfortable than watching sex scenes. Like, can you believe that? It's really weird. Um, yeah, probably why I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Yeah, it's cringe. It's cringe. It's so hard to watch. Um, I think that's why I just don't really watch anything anymore. Yeah, like secondhand embarrassment. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like you're embarrassed for them. Oh, and even though, they should be they should be caught out. They're doing a bad thing. It's just so difficult to watch. Imagine if that was you, like in that situation. Wouldn't you feel embarrassed? Yeah, it's definitely yeah. I like that. Secondhand embarrassment. I like that. I like that a lot. And if I'm not cringing at TV shows these days, I'm crying. I hate watching awkward things. Awkward things are just the worst to watch. So I just don't watch anything. But I find myself crying at a lot of stuff now. I can't watch an episode of Queer Eye without crying. I'm the older I've gotten, the more emotional I am. It's my heart just aches so easily. In anything I watch these days, I have to just stick to comedies now. Because like even going back to the wrestling, watching Roman Reigns talk about how his cancer came back. Was it leukemia? Was it cancer? It came back out of remission, and he was telling everyone he had to give up his title, his belt title, because he had to leave and go deal with his cancer. And like I started tearing up at that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a wreck. Green Ring and IT Crowd, but can't watch In Betweeners. Yeah, I don't know much about Peep Show, but I would never watch In Betweeners. Love Green Ring, love IT Crowd, but I could never watch In Betweeners because it's based on that whole, prude, not so prude kind of stuff. It's just awkward. Yeah, I guess it depends on the show, I guess, as well. Some awkward things are okay, but then some things are just a bit too much for you. And that's why I don't watch soaps. Because soaps are just full of that drama and awkwardness, and everyone's cheating on everyone, everyone's sleeping with everyone, everyone's doing this behind this person's back, everyone's killing this person, and oh, who did it? And oh no, it's full of awkwardness. And I can't deal with that. My heart can't take it. Give me something funny to watch, or maybe watch someone play video games. There's nothing awkward about that. The graveyard scene. I don't remember the graveyard scene in Green Ring. I don't actually remember a lot about Green Ring, but I remember like the people in it. That show is so old though, Green Ring. Well, at least it feels old because we are watching at an age where we shouldn't. Don't Google it. Then you shouldn't be telling me this because I'm probably going to end up Googling it. Bad, bad twin. Bad. I'm going to Google it later. No, I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to YouTube it. It's even worse, right? But yeah, I do have a list of things that I need to go back and watch. I think I'm gonna probably watch Bridgerton first because it seems to be something that I can binge watch. in a weekend, and I like being able to binge things at once, and then I'm done for like until the next season. I need to finish watching Once Upon a Time. Oh, is it that bad? Oh, never mind. Then I'll have to Google it then. Why did you tell me this? Yeah, so I'll probably watch Bridgerton. Actually, I don't think I'll. Queen's Gambit, I know that's really good. Like, I've heard that's really, really good because it's about chess and stuff. I'm not very good at chess, but the Queen's Gambit I've heard is really, really good. There's so many good shows. I really need to write up a list of all the things that I need to watch. If you have any Netflix recommendations, please do put it in the chat. I will save everything and I will list it. And then, you know what? Actually, I've just come up with an idea for my channel. Ooh, which isn't crafty related. Let's just start reviewing these shows that I watch while crafting. How about that? And I'll use my projects as a tell as to whether that show was good or not. So if I did a lot of crocheting, maybe I wasn't paying paying too much attention to it, so I wasn't really getting much done. And maybe if I didn't get much crochet done, it's because I was hooked. And I'll just like rate and review these shows that I'm watching. That could be an interesting idea. Because I've been wanting to do stuff with my channel for a while and like do live streams and oh, excuse me, and like do pattern reviews and stuff like that. So I might consider that as an idea. We shall see. Right, so this is how much I've done. So what's the time? It's 10:30. So I think I'll go to 11. So another 30 minutes or so. So that's how far I am on my sleeve right now. So let's compare these two. Oh my gosh, I'm actually almost finished the sleeve. That's a good sign. Yeah, I think it's something different. I don't know if anyone else does it. And then I'll just rate them. 1, 2, 4 more rows, guys. I'm gonna finish this sleeve before the stream ends. How cool is that? Let me make a note of my idea. I really want to add some variety to my channel and get some more stuff done this year. That's like my goal for this year, is to add more variation and fun things to the channel. So that includes streaming and like doing stitch with me's and crochet with me's and stuff like that. And I've been having a lot of fun just chatting away about stuff. Don't really get to do this, talk about stuff, because I'm not much of a talker. I guess you probably find that hard to believe. Like, I'm really not much of a talker. I'm pretty quiet. I keep to myself, pretty much. Extreme Crafts on Netflix? That's a thing? Well, now you've just put me in another rabbit hole of things I didn't know existed. Because I've always been like interested in like, is there craft shows on Netflix? But I've never really been known what I could search for or find. Like, I got into the rabbit hole of tiny living at one point. like people who like downsize into like a little like tiny like mobile home kind of thing. I love that stuff because I was like I had that thing where I was like I want to try and be minimalistic, but it's so hard to be a minimalist as a crafter. There's no such thing. Blown away. I'm always trying to find more crafty stuff to watch without, you know, being sucked in and then just wanting to do all the craft things because that's something that happens to me as well. Like, oh, new craft, that looks fun. I bet I could do that. Bye, bye, bye. Goodbye, money. Oh, thank you for the recommendation. I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah, that's the problem with tiny homes. Like, just being able to live with what you need, but there's no space for yarn. There's no space for all my cross stitch. There's no space for all my project bags and this, that, and the other. Like, it's impossible. I live in a room and I've got the biggest room in my flat and I still don't have space. I've got bags that you can't see. I've got a box with bags on top of here that you can't see. I've got like a massive box of cross stitch stuff over there that you can't see because I just don't have the space. It's being a crafter it's hard. No time, no space, sometimes no money. Hobbying is expensive. And I've dabbled in so many hobbies in my time, in my 28 years of living that I just can't keep up. Really can't keep up. I guess that's partly why I'm trying to focus on the things that I've already got instead of trying to start something new. I really want to try and use up as much yarn as possible. Because with this pattern, I bought 5 balls of yarn. I bought 1 of the blue and 4 of the orange. So when I remake this pattern for when I'm writing it up and doing measurements and stuff like that, I will buy 2 of the contrasting color instead, and 4 of the main color. Now that I've got an idea of how much I kind of use, and so when I'm buying yarn now, I really try and buy specifically for patterns and not just like, ooh, that looks nice. And I think that's kind of a good thing with what's happened with the lockdown is that I'm not going out to yarn shops and Poundland and Hobbycraft and like, ooh, that yarn looks nice. I've never seen that before. Ooh, it's colourful. I'm gonna buy it just because, and then it'll just end up in my stash, you know? So I'm really trying to cut down on how much yarn I have, but it's so difficult, especially when like people release patterns. Oh my goodness, and like, oh, I want to make that, but I don't have the yarn for it. Oh, I want to make that, but I want to buy more yarn to start something new. Oh, it's. Oh. I'm really trying to narrow down how much yarn I'm buying. I still have so much, and there's so many patterns that I want to buy that I'm looking forward to coming out in the future. I would love a tiny home. I would love to have a tiny home, but it would have to be less of a home and more of a storage house, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and have a binge this weekend. Try and get back into watching shows and stuff because I do miss it. It's a good way to just relax and just get on with stuff. and make progress on your crochet like I have this evening. Ooh. And I can't believe I'm actually going to finish the sleeve. So the next time that you see this jumper, it will be finished. So once the sleeve is done, I'm gonna sleeves together, sew them up, seam them up, and then attach them to the jumper, and then it will be finished. So I'm looking forward to finishing it. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. I was thinking, because of the colors that I'd use, I was thinking something along the lines of like chocolate orange, based on Terry's chocolate orange, because that's what it reminds me of. Reminds me of that blue and orange box, although there isn't really enough blue. But that was the thought. But I don't know if naming like garments after colors would really work, because people are gonna make it in their own colors, you know. So I wasn't sure if that was really gonna work, but that's like that's the only name I've come up with so far. So if anyone has any name suggestions for the jumper, it is an off-the-shoulder jumper, by the way. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but it is an off-the-shoulder jumper, so it'll be coming to like my shoulders off like that. So if you haven't seen it, this is the jumper. So I'm so sorry for the light. This is the jumper. It's just granny squares with ribbing around the neck and the bottom. And I do plan to write it up in the future as a pattern, and hopefully like sell it and whatnot. That's the goal. But we'll see. I'm not quite there yet, but we'll see in the future. I think once I finish the sleeve, I'll end the stream instead of waiting until 11, because it is pretty late, and I need to eat, and that might mean McDonald's. McDonald's right around the corner from me, so they deliver in like 15-20 minutes. How long are the sleeves? So sleeves are to rest. Yeah. So, oh no, that's not going to work as well as I thought it was, because I don't have my stitch markers in. So the sleeve should be that long, so right up to the wrist. So it should be quite a nice fitted sleeve. I'm hoping it will be quite a fitted sleeve, because I didn't want it to be like too loose. So it's a standard sleeve length. I'm hoping for the way that I've written the pattern, or will write the pattern, that you could make the sleeves longer. I hope. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm really hoping that I can find out a way to make the sleeves longer, if you needed to adjust it. But not quite there yet with working out how to do things. Just patiently waiting for a certain HGDC guide. Yeah, Mackie. Darn distractions, I always forget what I'm saying. Yeah, I wanted this jumper to have a fit sleeve, because I didn't want it to like hang. I just wanted it to be quite nice fitting at the sleeves, and with the ribbing that I've gone for. I have no idea how to do flare sleeves. That might be in a design one day. Because I was thinking, I've got like this idea of this kind of style of clothing and dress, kind of like dress sense that I want to go for. because like I mostly wear more like, well, I haven't really worn these clothes in a while, but like for a long time I've worn very like rock clothes, like gothic style clothes, like skull patterns and angels and like jeans with like chains and mostly black and that. But now that I've gotten older and I'm like getting close to my 30s, like I'm having like a style change now, especially with lockdown, like, and you're not really going anywhere. Um, and like with my weight as well, I've started going through a style change now. And where I'm really short, I find it really difficult to kind of like find clothes and styles that kind of go for me. So I'm kind of just like want to use crochet to kind of build on a style and dress sense that I kind of want to go forward with when I hit my 30s, which is like not far off. 2 years. Now I've said that, I feel kind of sad. Sade with 2 years off 30. And yet I feel like I'm in my 60s. I'm looking forward to like releasing my first pattern. That's gonna be fun. That's okay. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining me. Um, I'm really happy that you came and had a chat. Had so much fun. Um, and I hope I'll see you soon. Turning 31 next week. Oh, well, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll make sure to wish you a happy birthday next week. I mean, I don't think that turning 30 will be bad. It's just knowing that that's the next milestone and it's quite a big one. I mean, nothing's going to change between 29 and 30, but 30, like everyone's gonna be like, well, you're in your 30s now. You're in your 30s now. Um, 20s ain't all that either. 20s ain't really been all that. So I'm hoping the 30s will be better. But I wonder, like, once you hit that milestone or any milestone in age, like you'll feel the change. Um, I don't know. Time will tell. Ooh, I'm undecided now. Shall I start? I know it's gonna be like 11 o'clock soon, but I'm wide awake. I have no plans of going to sleep anytime soon. Should I start Bridgerton tonight once I've ordered my food? Because now that we've talked about it, I really want to kind of go watch it. And I think it's like late night is kind of like the perfect time to kind of watch it, just with the volume down. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna at least watch the first 2 episodes. But if I end up watching the whole thing, I'm going to be coming for you, Jennifer. I'm going to be coming for you. It'll be your fault if I don't get any sleep. I joke. It's definitely on my number one to watch list. So, plans going forward, because I'm getting close to, I've got one more row left and then I'll be ending the stream. So, plans. I'm going to sew this jumper together, probably tomorrow. I'm going to edit my floss tube video and get that up for tomorrow evening. I've got some tidying that I need to do. I'm going to do some more rearranging again. And then at 7 p.m. I have a Tribe Star chat, which I am looking forward to, with Heather, HG Designs Crochet. That's at 7 p.m. So I need to not lie in till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and actually get up and get stuff done. And I don't know. That's all that's on my list so far. Aside from watching Bridgerton tonight. I'm going to take notes of on watching Bridgerton and like try and like work out like a review structure and rate it. I think that would be really fun to do. Just get some more ideas flowing what I want to do. I've really enjoyed streaming tonight. I probably won't do it as late in the future. It's just because I was doing some stuff this evening, and 9 o'clock just ended up being the time that it needed to be. So I'll probably start an hour earlier the next time I stream. I don't know if I will always do Friday night streams. I just feel like Friday night is kind of like a good night to do it because it's the end of the weekend, it's the end of the working week, and everyone just wants to chill out, you know, just relax after a hard working week. If there's like any other days which would work for you for me to stream in the evening or on the weekend, please let me know and I will see if I can accommodate. I probably will and can because I don't do anything else in my evenings at all. I pretty much do nothing except for craft and play video games and eat food. So please let me know. All feedback is welcome, of course. I really want to try and do more streams. Probably end up streaming a bit more often than I thought about because since I am able to do this right now. Yeah. I'll probably come up with like more topics to talk about. And stuff like that. So yeah. I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined me this evening, whether you've been lurking or chatting away. This has been fun. I can't believe I've managed to talk for about 2 hours. Like I said, I'm not much of a talker, so I'm surprised that I've managed to keep going for so long. But I have you all to thank for that. Keeping me going, keeping the conversation going. Definitely going to do this quite a bit, I think, because I've had so much fun. And I've made so much progress. That's the thing, I've made so much progress. Let's have a quick check. Yeah. this row's done. Second sleeve's done. Yay! So with that, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, this has been great. I've had so much fun. It's been nice to just chat away this evening and just chill out and enjoy it. So now I'm going to order some food. I'm really hungry now. Yeah, that's it. So thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope to see you all in the next stream. I'll try and be a bit more timely on announcing it. I know this is a bit impromptu and random, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a good night, get some sleep, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.